Alright, this is the book of Romans chapter 8 verse 35. So like the video end up cutting. I think I pressed the thing by mistake. We go in. Verse 35, it says, who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? Right? So who's going to separate us from the love? And in the love of Yahushua dwells what? Forgiveness, mercy, faith, truth, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, discipline, temperance, true judgment, all things of life, right? All things good, right? It could be found in the love of Yahushua, right? That ultimate love. It says, shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword, right? So what could possibly separate us? Shall poverty, right? Shall peril, shall great destruction, shall fear, right? Shall tribulation, persecution. What could separate us? What hardship could come in between the love of us to Yahushua? Verse 36, as it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long, we are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us, right? So when you suffer loss, when you suffer pain, when you go through distress, persecution, right, whatever peril that you face, right, whatever unfortunate incident plays off, we are conquerors in that. You understand? We make ourselves conquerors when we go through these things and we overcome them, and we don't allow it to cause us to fall out the truth, right? We have now conquered that low state. We have now conquered that low moment that we went through, and we have been made stronger, right? Because in suffering we serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. How much more you think you're gonna serve him in pleasure? You understand? Because if we could serve him now, right, whom we have not seen, and we receive that blessing, right, and we could serve him truthfully and strive to serve him, it's obvious that when the Lord bless us, we're gonna 1,000 times, you understand, in our worship, because we already worshiping him now. We already give up our lives, right? All opportunities to make more money and all these things, we have rejected it, right? So that we may apprehend Yahushua, right? Verse 38 says, if I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yahweh, which is in Yahushua our Lord, right? Suppose that he's persuaded, death nor life. So being put to death, or life, living a lavish life, right? Nothing, none of the sufferings that could come from life, right? No angels, you understand? No principalities, no powers, no things present, no things to come. So nothing that was then, nothing now, and nothing that will be. No height, no depth, no any other creature, right? No man, no beast, no nothing could separate us from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? Where I say no death. So even under a guillotine, we shall serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You understand? In famine, in suffering, in tribulation, in anguish, we shall serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? And that is a true servant, a servant that will serve in good and in bad. You understand? At all times, no matter what situation or circumstance, it don't matter to he. He's a servant and he will serve. And that's how we ought to be, right? And by doing so, we will be found what? Worthy servants. And by being found worthy servants, we shall inherit the things that we are fighting for, that we are holding on for, right? And You know, something might happen in life to knock you down. You know, it could be anything. You know, these demons, knock you down. Once you keep your faith and you believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, guess what? It's gonna work out. Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love power, to them who are the called according to his purpose. All things work together for the good, right? The scripture says he will give us an expected end. Know well that the end of your walk, no matter how much torment and suffering you're gonna go through, know that the end, if you endure unto the end, everything that you could hope for and more is waiting. And have this faith, and let no man tell you otherwise. Let no Edomite, no heathen, no wicked ass Israelite tell you differ from what the scriptures say it. Whatever you may go through in this life, right? Whatever you have given up in this life, the Lord is going to reimburse you 1,000-fold. You understand? Trust in the scriptures, for this is the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. For these words are faithful and these words are true, and the Lord will not forget your labor of love. You understand? So count it all dung, as Paul say. All our losses counted as dung, as nothing. You understand? Because our gain is so much more. The things that we shall receive is so much more in comparison to the things that we have lost. Okay, so rejoice in your losings. Rejoice in your defeats. You understand? Rejoice in your oppression and your suffering. For those things are working a great reward for you in the end. This is the book of Sirach chapter 4, verse 28. It says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Right? Strive for the truth. And what is the truth? This thing that we are part of. The knowledge of our power, the knowledge of ourselves, and the responsibilities that came with it. You understand? Scriptures, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, this truth. You understand? This light. Strive for it unto death. Right? Deny Yahweh Hashem Yahushai not, but unto death. Because there ain't nothing, I wouldn't even say it had nothing worse than that, because there are fates worse than death. But we know that humans, they have a fear by nature, by instinct of death. You understand? There's an deep down within our subconscious to fear death. You understand? Because death is the end of what? The flesh. And we are in the flesh. We are of the flesh. You understand? And by us being in this fleshly nature, our bodies, our spirit will be in tune with that programming of the fear of death. You understand? But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the Lord put a spirit upon us, that our spirit, our mind shall overcome. That inner man will overcome the outer man. That inner man will overcome the flesh and choose life. Choose real life. Rather than that spiritual death. They say to strive unto death. So again, reiterating the point, there's nothing that could pull us from this truth. 1 John 2 verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of power abideth forever. Right? Slack. For all the things that are in the world, it's the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes, because our bodies, we desire the things of this world. We desire wealth, we desire women, we desire popularity, we desire fame. Right? All these things the flesh desires. right? But as I say, it's right, the pride of life, the flesh desires these things. It says it is not of the Father, but it is of the world. So all the things that we see, all the things that we see in this world, all the desires and the lusts that we feel towards it, guess what? The things that we lust for is going to come to an end. Right? So the world passed away and the lust thereof. So the lust and the thing that is being lusted after will pass away. But the will, right? But he that doeth the will of power will abide forever. He shall not pass. He shall not be forgotten. You understand? But he shall abide. And what is the will of the Heavenly Father? To fear him, to fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, to be faithful and be obedient unto our power, and to wait upon him and endure unto the end against this world and against the people of it, right? This is the book of Matthew chapter 10 verse 38. It says, and he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. Right? So if you want to choose this world, right? Because you thinking you found your life, right? You want to choose this world. You want to just forget the truth, just like in the Matrix, you know. One of the characters, he came out of the Matrix, you know, he gained the understanding, and he chose to go back in and to be blinded. Right? If you want to go back into the world, you know, if you want to put down the plow and walk back into this system, you're gonna lose your life, because you thinking you doing the right thing, you thinking you just found your life, but hey, you're gonna lose it. But those that have lost their life, literally, that will be put to death, have been put to death, and those that have given up on their so-called careers, they've given up on their identity, on their image, right? They've given up riches, they've given up positions, they've given up opportunities, right? They've given up on the dreams that they had, you know. Many men, you know, had lifelong dreams and desires, you know, ever since being a child, and then you have to give it up, and you give it up, right? You are going to find something, you know. So you're gonna receive something like nothing else. The gift that you're gonna receive cannot be compared, and no man on this earth could go into detail and tell you of what that gift is, because we don't know. We only know so much, you understand? But the depth, to understand something as like immortality, to understand the depth of a power like that is inconceivable, right? Of the limitless things that you could do, the limitless amount of things that you could do, right? This is what's in store, right? It's so great that these people, all people, refuse to believe it, because it's too good, right? It's too much, you understand? They didn't feel that before, right? On this earth, they have never felt that level before, even when we were in our prime, right? The things that scripture said, the least shall be like David, because even in our prime, we didn't even have that, right? And that is ways to come. This last precept in 2 Ezra 7. See, there is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If the city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive the inheritance? And I said, It is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, Even so also is Israel's portion. Right? So this is a a city. It is full of all good things, but it is set in where? A dangerous place to fall. Now, in order to access this city, you need to go through this path, this dangerous place to fall. You need to go through these infirmities. You need to suffer. You need to go through persecution, right? Physical suffering, right? Ailments in the body, mental suffering, depression, anxiety, and everything else, right? But panic attacks. Say you don't know what brothers be going through. You understand? You don't know what various things demons could be attacking, man. Sleep paralysis. You know, at that time I was getting sleep paralysis every single day for months. You understand? These is the things, all the financial demons that we go through. Demons among family members, in our job, being laughed at, ridiculed, mocked, scoffed. You understand? Belittled. Right? All manner of things that we go through. Right? All manner of things that we go through. You know? This is the dangerous place to fall. You understand? And besides all the things I just listed out, being in the truth in itself, having to endure temptation, to resist urges. You understand? Situations gonna unfold itself. You know, let me say like adultery. You know, when I was in the world, I wasn't really, you know, I had never subscribed and support the adultery. But you know, it had brothers that, you know, didn't know any better and was the norm. You understand? And you know, you're telling yourself, hey, it have look this opportunity unfolding itself. Yeah, if I was the old man would easily take this opportunity. And now you want to fight that urge, you want to resist. You understand? Brothers who, you know, used to smoke weed or, you know, do drugs, coming in the truth and how to stop that. It's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing to overcome an addiction. It is very and extremely difficult to overcome an addiction, right? Because addiction literally changes the form, the structure of your brain. It literally changes your entire being. You understand? Physically, right? The amount of chemicals and various hormones that your body produces, it changes that. It changes your gray matter. You understand? You overcoming addiction is you literally re-altering your brain. You understand? And that takes great amount of strength, right? That is going to be troubled on every side, in every aspect of it, right? Even in the truth itself, fighting to stay pure as we could be. You understand? And this is the fight. This is the condition of the battle. If he be overcome, he shall suffer, as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. For this is the life whereof Moses spake, while he yet lived, saying, choose the life that thou mayest live. Right? Choose the life that thou mayest live. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in the gates through the city. You understand? So let nothing separate us from their love. Right? Because nothing was able to separate Yahushua from that love. Yahushua went through it. You understand? Over and over and over again. Up until he was crucified, he was put to death. He didn't let his fear get the best of him. Right? He didn't let his fear get the best of him. He prayed to the Lord didn't answer him. Right? But he knew. He didn't let nothing come in the way of his mission. And he didn't let nothing remove or stir his heart away, or carry his heart away from the Akim, from his brethren, from the elect. We finished our course. You understand? And we should fashion ourselves alike and finish our course. You know, with that hope is edifying, with praises, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Waka Kodash, Shalom.